Put too much pressure on Tyler Perry.
Doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security.
Cat Williams just called Tyler Perry a complete fraud. Not in a joke, not in a comedy set, in cold, serious truth. And what he said has Hollywood shaking, because this wasn't just another Cat Williams rant. This was a revelation, a calling out of one of the most powerful names in the entertainment industry. A man worth hundreds of millions, worshipped for his rags to riches story, praised as a symbol of black success. But Cat says it's all smoke and mirrors. According to him, Tyler Perry isn't the hero Hollywood paints him to be. He's the problem.
If I see somebody do a good job, I just want to do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow the example.
Yeah.
Right? So Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies.
A man who built an empire on manipulation, control, and illusion. And if Cat's right, everything you thought you knew about Tyler Perry might just be a lie. So let's dive in, because this story runs deep. It's not just about two famous men beefing. It's about power, betrayal, and what happens when one man refuses to bow down to the system.
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
And like always, Cat Williams isn't pulling any punches. Now first, let's rewind for a second. Tyler Perry, a man who went from homeless and living in his car to owning one of the biggest film studios in America. He's the face of Madea, the self-made mogul, the man who built his own Hollywood in Atlanta.
Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies.
He preaches faith, hard work, and independence. He tells people, you don't need Hollywood, build your own. Sounds inspiring, right? That's the Tyler Perry the public sees. But Cat Williams says that's only half the truth. He says behind the cameras, behind the gospel speeches, and the wigs and the praise is a man who manipulates the system the same way the system used to manipulate us.
Put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
And Cat says he's living proof of it. That, you see, Cat's never been afraid to speak truth to power. He's called out Hollywood executives, other comedians, and even media networks for selling out or protecting predators. But when he mentioned Tyler Perry, his tone changed. He said, Tyler Perry is a fraud because he's pretending to be something he's not, a savior for the people. But behind closed doors, he's just another gatekeeper. That's the word that keeps coming up, gatekeeper. Because for years, Cat and others in the industry have accused Tyler Perry of doing exactly what he claims to fight against, keeping control over the culture instead of freeing it.
Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, they're trying to...
What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me? Yeah. What's going on?
You have boundaries, you have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are.
I wasn't walking away from the money.
Yeah.
I was walking away from the circumstances that were coming with the newfound.
Let's be real. Tyler Perry's success story is legendary. He owns over 300 acres of studio land in Atlanta, worth hundreds of millions. He's made movies, TV shows, and plays that turned him into a billionaire. But if you talk to people who've worked for him, the actors, writers, crew members, there's another side. Writers have come out saying they were underpaid and overworked. Actors have talked about being blackballed if they challenged him. Even the Writers Guild of America called him out for refusing to let writers unionize on his shows.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pant. Pell has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like.
And when Cat Williams saw that, he said, enough is enough. He said, Tyler Perry ain't empowering black people. He's exploiting them. Now let's break that down, because that's a heavy accusation. Tyler Perry's entire image is built on the idea that he's independent, that he doesn't answer to Hollywood. He built his own studios, funded his own films, cast his own people. But according to Cat, independence doesn't mean freedom. He says Perry's just another player in the same system. The only difference is now he's the boss. Cat says he's out here talking about ownership while keeping everyone under his thumb. That ain't freedom, that's control. And when you look at the pattern, you can see what he means. I think about it. Tyler Perry's movies have been criticized for years for their portrayal of black men and women. Every story centers around trauma, infidelity, and broken families. There's always a strong black woman character, but she's usually broken, angry, or dependent on a man to find peace. Critics say Perry built a billion-dollar brand off of stereotypes that hurt more than they help. Cat called him out directly on that, and he said, if you say you love your people, stop profiting off their pain. And that's the thing about Cat. He's not just talking about money or fame, he's talking about energy, about legacy. He's saying that when you control stories, you control minds. And Tyler Perry, in Cat's eyes, has become the same kind of manipulator Hollywood used to be. Now, Cat isn't the only one who said this. Other comedians and actors have quietly echoed the same thing, that Perry's black empowerment is selective, that he picks who gets a platform and who doesn't, that if you question him, you're out. Even Monique, remember her? She's the Oscar-winning actress who said she was blackballed after refusing to play the game. Well, who was one of the people she called out by name? Tyler Perry. She said he played a part in keeping her out of Hollywood. And when she finally confronted him, he apologized in private, but never in public. Cat Williams backed her up. He said that's what fake power looks like, apologizing behind closed doors while pretending to be righteous in front of the cameras. So now you've got Monique, Cat Williams, and a growing number of voices saying the same thing, that Tyler Perry built a castle out of people's silence. And the more you dig, the more it looks like they might be right. Because even though Perry preaches faith and family, he's got lawsuits piling up against him. Former employees accusing him of misconduct, people claiming he retaliates against those who speak out. One lawsuit even claims Perry's empire hides darker secrets, things that could tear down his good man image overnight. And Cat knows this. That's why his words hit so hard. He said, you can't build God's kingdom if your hand's dirty. But what really makes Cat's words dangerous is that he's not just talking about Perry. He's talking about the system that created him. He's saying that Perry's independence isn't real, that his money comes from the same people who own the networks, control the narratives, and profit off the vision. And when you think about it, Tyler Perry's deals have always been with the same giants: BET, Viacom, Lionsgate, Netflix. The same corporations that say they support black creators while keeping full ownership of the content. So is Perry really independent? Or is he just another face in a bigger game? That's the question Cat wants people to ask. He said, everybody think Tyler Perry beat the system, but you can't beat the system when you the system. Let that sink in. Because that's not hate, that's truth from experience. Cat's seen what happens when you try to tell the truth in Hollywood. They blacklist you, they label you crazy, they take away your shows, your stage time, your income, and that's exactly what happened to him. And he said, they can't control me, so they destroy me. But Tyler, they promote him. That should tell you everything you need to know. And if you look at how both men's careers went, it's eerie. Cat was one of the biggest comedians in the world. He sold out arenas, had hit specials, and dominated the stage. Then suddenly, arrests, headlines, scandals. Everywhere he went, there was chaos. But Cat said those weren't accidents. That was punishment for telling the truth. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry, clean, untouchable, praised by Oprah, celebrated by presidents. Every door opened for him. Every network handed him money. And that's what Cat means when he says fraud. Not that Tyler isn't talented, but that the system crowned him not because he was real, but because he was safe. Because Here's the thing. Hollywood loves a success story, but only if they can control the ending. And Kat's saying Tyler Perry plays that role perfectly. He's the dream they can sell, the black man who made it, the Hollywood underdog, the faithful Christian story that makes everyone feel good. But the truth, according to Kat, is that Perry didn't rise by breaking chains. He rose by polishing them. That's a powerful statement, and one that got the internet divided. Some fans say Kat's just jealous, that he's bitter about his own struggles. Others say he's the only one brave enough to say what everyone else is thinking. But one thing's for sure, when Kat speaks, people listen, because he doesn't chase fame. He doesn't need Hollywood, and that's what makes him dangerous. And he said, they can't buy me, so they bury me in lies. And in a world where silence is currency, that's a man willing to go broke for the truth. Now, to be fair, Tyler Perry's defenders have clapped back. They say he's done more for black actors than almost anyone. They say he built opportunities, funded projects, and put people on who Hollywood ignored. And that's true. Perry has helped a lot of people, but Kat's argument isn't that Perry hasn't done good things. It's that his motives might not be as pure as he claims. He's saying Perry uses help to maintain control, that it's not about empowerment, it's about ownership. And that's the type of power dynamic Kat refuses to bow to. So here we are, two men from two different worlds, both successful, both influential, but standing on opposite sides of the truth. One says, play the game and win. The other says, the game itself is the problem. And that's what makes this bigger than just beef. It's a war of principles. Because if Kat's right, then Tyler Perry represents the very thing he claims to have escaped. The illusion of freedom inside a cage made of gold. And Kat summed it up perfectly. He said, just because you got your own studio don't mean you free. If the same people you say you beat still signing your checks, you still on the plantation. That line hit hard because it's not just about Tyler Perry. It's about all the people who think success means submission, about how Hollywood keeps recycling faces while keeping the same structure. And Kat's not afraid to burn that structure down. So where does this go from here? Well, Tyler Perry hasn't responded publicly, at least not yet, but if history repeats itself, he'll stay quiet. He won't address Kat directly. He'll just smile for the cameras, release another movie, and let his money do the talking. But deep down, he knows what Kat said hit home, because truth, when it's real, doesn't need proof. It just feels right. And the streets, they're listening. So now it's your turn to decide. Is Tyler Perry the inspirational mogul who changed the game? Or is Kat Williams right that he's just another fraud wearing a halo? This is Buzz and Drama, where we don't whisper the truth. We shout it loud. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Do you think Tyler Perry's empire is real power or just a polished illusion? Either way, one thing's for sure. Kat Williams ain't afraid to lift the mask off the mighty. Because as he said, the truth don't care who it embarrasses. See you on the next one.